The tension simmering beneath the surface of Golden State's offseason has erupted into a full-blown standoff that could redefine the very future of Dub Nation's next generation. Jonathan Kuminga, the electrifying young forward once heralded as the crown jewel of the Warriors' next wave, now stands at a crossroads that has fans and insiders holding their breath in equal measure. Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Report, where raw truths collide with splash-era passion. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so your heart never misses a beat. The story unfolding feels like something ripped straight from the pages of a locker room drama nobody wanted, but everyone predicted. Kuminga, drafted high and bursting with potential, hasn't found his consistent footing in the steady rotation that LeBron-led stars yearn for. While the Warriors an organization defined by calculated, dynasty-building moves from the We Believe days to the near-perfect 73-9 run and the recent 2022 title glory are now staring down the delicate calculus of balancing veteran dominance. With youthful promise, the crux of the matter? Kuminga remains a restricted free agent stuck in limbo, with his ambitions for more minutes, more freedom, and undeniable growth running headlong into the Warriors' championship or bust mindset. And salary cap gymnastics. The front office feels pressure not to stifle the vets who carved out this dynasty. Curry's lethal shooting, Draymond's cerebral defense, and Klay's Game 6 heroics echo as sacred benchmarks. But at what cost to a rising star trying to break through? Reports suggest the gap between Kuminga's desire for meaningful court time and Golden State's carefully layered rotation has only widened. Whispers of sign-and-trade possibilities swirl amid rumors that several teams, keen to tap into his dynamic skill set and raw energy, are circling with offers that could free Kuminga from the shadow of inconsistent minutes and unlock the potential that scouts and analysts have salivated over since his draft night. But here's the part no one saw coming. This isn't just about Kuminga chasing his dream. It's about the Warriors wrestling with their own identity in an evolving NBA landscape where playoff seeding pressures and cap flexibility dictate survival as much as on-court performance. Could letting go of Kuminga after 4 intense and turbulent seasons be the catalytic reset the franchise needs to secure their place in a league that now teams with young powerhouse contenders? Or will this fissure fracture the ethos of a team that has thrived on loyalty, chemistry, and a splash of historical magic? There's a profound emotional undercurrent here. Kuminga's story is not just about numbers or contracts, but about a young man's hunger to carve his legacy in a city enamored with legends past and present. We remember the painstaking patience shown to Moses Moody, the whispered hopes in Jimmy Butler's seamless Miami dominance juxtaposed against Golden State's internal chess game. As free agency ticks on, every ace gambit the Warriors deploy will ripple through locker rooms and media cycles, putting Kuminga's next chapter under a microscope that blends tactical reality with the raw passions of a fan base that has witnessed both glory and heartbreak. The line between picking up where 2022 left off and reinventing the entire roster is thin and trembling. Will this standoff light a fire beneath Kuminga to deliver a breakout season here in the Bay under the watchful eyes of Curry and Green? Or is it a signal that the team is ready to embrace a new path, one where the franchise places the puzzle pieces differently, perhaps subtracting youthful volatility for veteran stability or salary cap clearance? As a lifelong Dub Nation believer, my pulse is racing just writing this, torn between hope and apprehension. But is this the ignition point for our next title run, or the crack that splits our legacy? Drop your unfiltered takes in the comments. I'll be right there, heart in hand, and just when you think the fog might be clearing, it thickens, turning every conversation around Kuminga into a high-stakes guessing game with no safe bets. Because the truth is, this isn't just about a talented young forward waiting for his turn. It's about the tectonic plates of the Warriors' entire philosophy grinding against each other in real time. On one side, you have the gravitational pull of a dynasty still clinging to the brilliance of Curry, Draymond, and Klay, players who've turned the improbable into the unforgettable. who've given this fan base moments we'll replay for decades. On the other, you have the restless energy of a league that's getting younger, faster, and less forgiving by the season. A league where hesitation isn't a luxury, it's a death sentence, Doc. So what happens when those two forces collide? We're already seeing the cracks whispers that Kuminga's camp is growing impatient, signals that the front office is testing the waters for deals, subtle shifts in the rotation during summer workouts that might hint at an exit strategy. And yet, there's also the quiet defiance in Kuminga's workouts. The reports of him pushing harder, refining his mid-range, tightening his defense almost as if he's daring the Warriors to give him the keys and see what happens. It's a gamble for both sides. Give him the role he craves and risk disrupting the intricate balance that's kept this team competitive for over a decade. Or let him go and watch another franchise turn him into the weapon you never fully unleashed. Timing couldn't be more dangerous. The Western Conference isn't just loaded, it's a minefield. Denver's not going anywhere. Oklahoma City's kids are growing into killers. And the Lakers are lurking with the kind of opportunistic hunger that has stolen postseason dreams before. Every decision Golden State makes right now is under a microscope, every misstep a headline waiting to happen. And the thing about microscopes? They don't just magnify talent, they magnify tension, doubt, and every unspoken word that drifts through a locker room in moments like this. I can't shake the feeling that we're standing at the edge of something irreversible. One phone call from another GM, one bold move from Bob Myers' successor, one heated conversation behind closed doors could flip this entire narrative overnight. Maybe Kuminga gets his moment in the Bay and silences every doubter. Maybe he's suiting up at another jersey before we even hit Christmas. Either way, the fuse is lit and the explosion, good or bad, is coming. The only question is, when it goes off, will Dub Nation be celebrating under a shower of confetti or picking through the rubble of what could have been? The silence in the Chase Center locker room was deafening, the kind that eats away at a team's soul, because the hits just keep coming, and no one knows how to stop the bleeding, or whether this bloodletting might be the crucible that forges something new and unstoppable. If you're as locked in as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of the drama from the Bay to the Chase Center. Picking up where we left off, the Warriors find themselves not just at a crossroads, but teetering on an edge that threatens to redefine everything Dub Nation thought it understood about loyalty, identity, and the very core of their championship DNA. The latest trade rumors swirling through the league. Offices are not just whispers, they're tidal waves crashing against the foundation of the Warriors' roster construction. We've seen the seismic effects ripple out before. Remember the tremor that shook the NBA landscape when Golden State pulled off that blockbuster trade for Kevin Durant. The locker room chemistry shifted, the television ratings surged, and championship expectations exploded in real time. Now, with the possibility of another star moving through the Warriors' orbit, either on the way out or coming in, the question gnawing at everyone's mind is how Steve Kerr's masterful balancing act will hold up. Can a team that has thrived on fluid ball movement and the unselfish brilliance of Curry, Thompson, and Green absorb the shock of a major roster change and come out stronger? Or will it shatter that delicate ecosystem that reportedly thrives just as much on trust and shared sacrifice as it does on raw talent? Front office strategists are reportedly running the numbers deep into the night, calculating cap space not merely as dollars and cents, but as chess moves on a giant NBA board. The salary cap implications, offloading older contracts for younger assets, might seem straightforward, but history reminds us it's never that simple here. Recall the 2016 season. The mathematical perfection of the Warriors' 73-9 run wasn't just about hitting shots. It was about the perfect synchronization of contract years, player development arcs, and the emotional ignition of self-belief after years of building towards this summit. What if this current moment is that same rare moment of recalibration, but with stakes even higher? The Warriors must decide, keep the roster intact and lean on the familiar, Or embrace the uncertainty of bold trades that could thrust the team into a new era of adaptability and unpredictability. The locker room whispers from inside the Warriors. Sanctuary suggests more than friendly debates. They hint at fractured lines forming beneath the smiles seen on game nights. Veteran leadership, which has soothed many turbulent seasons, feels the strain. Draymond Green, the emotional conduit and defensive lion, reportedly is voicing concerns privately about the amount of attention he and his teammates are trying to juggle. Amid growing media scrutiny and the looming front office pressures. Meanwhile, off the court, subtle shifts in player routines and their social media moods paint a picture of a locker room not entirely at peace. Could this internal pressure crack cohesion before a single trade is even finalized? Or could it instead create an unspoken bond, the kind that propels locker room unity to new impenetrable heights? And then there's Steve Kerr, who's coaching. A human we all revere, does he perch on the precipice of his own reinvention? His system has long been praised for its adaptability and cerebral approach. But every Mastodon era faces a moment when the old plays stop working, and you have to rewrite the playbook mid-season. Kerr's challenges now are twofold. Integrate new pieces perhaps even mid-campaign, and manage personalities in a way that keeps the group unified despite the uncertainty. Think back to the 2022 title run, a season that seemed to unfold under tranquil skies until the playoffs tested every ounce of resolve. Kerr once again transformed the roster many wrote off into world champions through sheer tactical brilliance and emotional mentorship. Is that phoenix that rises from a battlefield of trades and rumors already smoldering in the Warriors' future? But here's the twist no one saw coming. Sources inside the league hint at a player whose name has been guarded closely, someone with ties to the Warriors, past and potential to reshape their future in unexpected ways, possibly coming full. Circle to the Bay. What if the ghosts of the 2015 championship team aren't just memories, but harbingers of a reinvigorated core? Can the Warriors reconnect with that "we believe" fire, the underdog spirit that transformed the impossible into the inevitable? Because if there's one thing Dub Nation knows, it's that no narrative is complete until every twist and heartbreak has been lived, felt, and fought through. The ripple effects extend beyond on-court performance to the very culture of the organization. Ownership's commitment to building not just a winning BASKETBALL team, but a global brand forces a delicate balancing act, maintaining championship pedigree while evolving with the times. The stakes become even more poignant when you consider the next generation of Warriors who have been quietly developing behind the scenes, young players who may be ready to seize their moment, but need the right leadership and system tweaks to flourish. Are we on the cusp of a transitional phase where the Golden State Warriors become a reinvented force, blending experience with fresh energy? Or are the cracks we sense in the foundation signaling a looming fracture that threatens years of dominance? The unpredictability of the trade market, with its potential for sudden bombshells and last-minute blockbusters, only elevates the suspense. Meanwhile, the fans our beloved Dub Nation are left breathless. Social media buzzes with debate and speculation as every nugget of insider info is analyzed, not just for what it means on paper, but for what it means to our hearts, our chants, our dreams. Because this isn't just basketball. It's a communal narrative, a saga we are all living together. How long before the next trade deadline shatters or solidifies this fragile balance? Will the Warriors front office play risk-averse or all-in? And how will the players respond under the glare of that decision? And as we stand on the edge of whatever comes next for Dub Nation, I can't shake the question, are we witnessing the ignition of our next dynasty push? Or the fracture that sends it all crashing down? The stakes have never felt higher, the emotional roller coaster never more intense, and the love for this team never more fierce. Sound off in the comments. Dub Nation, I'll be right there in the thick of it with you, riding every high and every heartbreak right here on Warriors. News Fan Report. In all honesty, as someone who lives and breathes Warriors basketball, I'm torn between excitement and apprehension. Excited because the potential for greatness still burns bright, but apprehensive because the balance between brilliance and breakdown in teams like this is razor thin. Whatever happens next, it's going to be basketball history in the making, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be than witnessing it alongside all of you.